The school year is coming to an end, and for seniors, their graduation ceremonies will look very different from years past. Many districts had tried to plan socially distant ceremonies by spacing out the graduates and limiting guests before the governor banned in-person ceremonies. Now, districts are developing plans for virtual ceremonies and trying to make it as special as possible. With no possibility of an in-person graduation this spring, school districts and their students are facing something completely new.
We are very, empathetic of our seniors and their families and the challenges that they're, facing, not having proper closure to their school years.
So school districts are making plans they never expected to make.
To put together a virtual graduation that'll still encompass all of the components that we have in our in-person graduation ceremony and have in the past. It'll just be recorded and videotaped.
That includes speeches from students and teachers, music, and reading the name of every graduate. Centennial High School is doing that, and something more. Over several days in early June, graduates will receive their diploma, one at a time.
We're bringing all of our seniors in with cap and gown, and they will be walking across the stage. Obviously, individually, we're going to make sure that we're following all the guidelines of social distancing, the governor's order, and CDC guidelines. But for our graduation, for the virtual one, it's very important for kids to walk across the stage and receive a diploma.
This will be videotaped and will be a part of their virtual graduation ceremony.
And of course, this is not the same of having a regular graduation at Roy Wilkins Auditorium. We all wish we could have that, but we can't. So we're doing our best to honor our kids how we can.
Districts are using technology to try to make the end of the year special. Centennial had a virtual prom and will have a virtual Pep Fest. Blaine had a video induction ceremony for their National Honor Society, and both schools have had virtual scholarship nights.
There's some sadness. There's some, this is not how I saw my senior year ending, and it ended so abruptly. I think that's what a lot of our seniors are feeling.
What I've heard most is our students miss school, which is kind of fun, and I think that they didn't realize how much they were going to miss school, or that how much they missed that kind of day-to-day interaction with their peers.
The timing of spring break for both Anoka Hennepin and Centennial seems to have made everything even more difficult.
Having closure, I think, is tough for our seniors specifically. Many of them have asked how can they say goodbye to staff members at Blaine. How can they say goodbye to the school? Just having that moment where you walk out, I think it's special. And for them, they walked out at spring break, and they believed in a week they would be back, and that didn't happen. And I think that's been really hard for many of them.
These districts are working on ways for seniors to have a goodbye moment, where they would be able to take a picture on a graduation stage or a football field in their cap and gown as a way to end their time in high school.
Understanding that there isn't a perfect answer and a perfect solution to this, and trying to do our best to just recognize this amazing class and make them, understand how special they were and important they were to the history of Blaine High School.
We miss you. Hang in there. We're thinking about you all the time. And, we're doing our best to make the best out of the situation and honor you the best we can, given the guidelines we're given.
Both districts' graduations will be available here on North Metro TV. Blaine's graduation is June 9th at 7 p.m., and Centennial's is June 13th at 5 p.m. Before the end of the school year, Centennial High School is planning a community parade of sorts. The district superintendent will join Principal Bruning to drive through the communities in the district. They'll be joined by law enforcement vehicles to celebrate the graduates.